Good morning. It's about 6:01 a.m. this morning. It's April 22nd, 2017. It is Saturday morning, another day approaching. Today I want to talk to you about the movie American Gigolo, which starred Richard Gere. Now, someone is trying to put it into my head that my mom might have been pimping me out like Richard Gere in American Gigolo. Now, I highly doubt that, asshole. And, she acts like I was in the car accident, as does Big Roddy and Renee and everyone else around me. I know. Now, if someone covered up the accident, it would have to be uh, maybe someone who was associated with law enforcement. And that could be Johnny, maybe, but like I said, can't really prove that after 31 years either. So, it's also reasonable that I was actually in the car accident as well. Only I walked away from it in less than 2 days. I know. And that's the point there. I know. Now, again, then we go to 1994 when I was in the three-story fall. Now, that one almost looks unbelievable. I know. Because the injuries do not match any known pelvic injury ever. Reason B, there's a crescent shape, almost tear shape symbol in the bottom half of my pelvis. Either that was added intentionally by the VA, or someone did it after I was dead and it all healed. Now, the point there is you can't break the pelvis that way, because the only way to do that is if you broke half of it down and then twisted it around as well. Now, my pelvis on the bottom half of the pelvis is larger than any other pelvis I've seen. There's no way it can break that way naturally either. It again looks like it was broken down a little bit, and then the circle and the crescent was put in it. Now it showed up on the X-ray, so whoever did it probably did it off base too. And the Navy also knows the last people I called from base too, which could have been Christian Fellowship Church, Norfolk, on Ocean View at the time. And that's the point there. But anyway, getting back to the story American Gigolo. Now, of course, when I was in the Navy, I would sometimes go down to Virginia Beach and fantasize that a female would pick me up and do my splits on the beach and things like that. Because that was when could do full splits. But that didn't happen either. Now, I remember one time I went down to the Social Security office and was fantasizing about it. But then this much older lady tried to hit on me, and I didn't too much like that. So again, I'm not a gigolo either. As far as Melania Trump or Kelly, I don't know her last name, but from Chinatown Buffet, unless Melania Trump came down to Georgia recently, sometime week or two ago when I lost my keys. That didn't happen either, and was just a fantasy, right? No. So again, you also have to discern again fantasy from reality. Now, a lot of things can go through a paranoid schizophrenic's mind, and now all I'm doing is sharing the thoughts with you, not acting on them either. And again, showing you how my voices can, pop into my mind, and that just happened when I said either, like that, like someone's speaking to me as well, or through me. Now, of course, I can speak on my own too and form my own thoughts, but it's like something external is outside of time and space is speaking in my mind, and has formed a telepathic link with me. Now, like I said, unless the Sunday school teacher made a big deal out of my dream to my mom, and then she said that she, when reading through the Book of Revelations about the two witnesses as well. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know all the details of every little situation I've been in either. But what you're talking about is a mother maybe attempting to murder her son. Is that what you're talking about now? In the car accident? Now, the only one who would think that would be an actual perpetrator trying to throw me off their scent. And, you know what I mean, Marceline? It's not that I believe that. They want me to believe that, right? And I'm trying to stay away from you to protect you from them. And that's why I'm afraid for not only my own life, but yours. And that's why I'm trying to stay away from you at least a month and stuff like that too. Like I said. Now, the point is though, I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone. They are. Now, if I'm losing time and having a somewhat sexual fantasy, it could mean I had sex with a female for real, and then someone caught us, got mad with me and her, tore the key off the keychain, threw it in the clothing pile, and might have even attempted to murder me. I don't know. But if I have memory loss during that time, which was about from 7 to 7:30, somewhere around there, or 7:30 to 8, somewhere in that time frame, that's the point there as well. Now, either they just hit me over the head and knocked me out, but which was only a short period, but that can still cause amnesia and things like that. Now, it would have to be someone I would let in as well. Now, I wouldn't let in any male again, so it was probably Maribel or an Oriental woman. Unless, again, some other female that's coming around me. Now, Maribel told me around 2000 about Patrick. When I was living at, I think it was on Main Street in Garden City. I think it was 141 Main Street. Anyway, when I was living there, that's when Maribel contacted me about Patrick. And she knew I was excited to hear from her and what all she told me too. And I don't know, maybe she's been trying to get back with me since then too, and realized that Patrick was my son, but maybe Scott didn't want her to tell me all the details to see what I would do. And that scared me because, I didn't know what the hell was going on after 3 years. And she was confusing me too. And I'm human too. That's also why after, 17 and a half months, I finally was with another girl, Michelle, in Georgia. But I was also confused about her too, so I broke up with her and then Maribel 2 weeks after I was with her in September. And like I said, but anyway, that's like, all water under the bridge. But whoever I open the door for would have to be A, someone I recognize, B, someone I would let in, and C, someone I might have also had a sexual encounter with. Because I remember having sex in my bed or masturbating with my bed, which again, the key turned up missing shortly after I came as well, and it was sort of like a wet dream type thing too. And, but I really came too, or ejaculated or whatever you want to call it. Now, the only way you can lose time is if someone either knocked you out, assassinated you, or something like that. And usually, most assassins today use a 9mm with a silencer, or even a 45. No, though 45s aren't naturally made for us with a silencer, but I know you can probably get one with it, and then it would just go the like you hear in the movie. But again, I didn't wake up with a bullet in my brain either. So again, that was healed too. So again, some of these are just fantasies. Now I know I wasn't with Jennifer Connelly or Halle Berry. I mean, who wouldn't fantasize about them? But unless the person again has been doing it since 16 or God knows when at night, and I'm masturbating to the girls I was actually physically with afterwards. I don't know. I mean, that would seem crazy as hell, but it's not impossible. but but that would mean again the person was repeatedly knocking me out, and I don't remember, or giving me a roofie or something like that, and I don't remember it. But whatever. There's only two things though that can cause a person to black out medically. One's a roofie, and one's a blow to the head. So that's the point there. Now, if it was a gunshot wound to the head, that would both make you black out, but that would also mean Jesus healed it as he healed the spear wound to his side. Now, the reason is, mine all started with the windshield collapsing on my head. So if they're trying to shoot me in the head now, that would be irrelevant to Jesus. You know what I mean? Jesus just is healing me like he did himself when he was pierced through with the spear and tip in his chest cavity. And probably also the handprints in the wrist, or the nail prints in the hands or wrists where it was were healed probably as well as with the feet. So probably the lashes on the back were healed as well, with scars as well. Now, Isaiah says, by his stripes or scars we are healed. We are healed. And that's what I rely on to heal me every time, even if they were to use a 9mm. And because all that is again a metal, a piece of metal that was shot into my brain. Now, yes, it's at a greater velocity than this, say, spear, but it's made out of the same material as a spirit. Now, if the person wanted to kill me, I'd also get them to take me out my house and do it somewhere private on the side of the road or something like that, or where they could do it in private. Now, if they left me on the side of the road, though, that would mean what? Somehow, Jesus also, like within himself, as he could appear in the midst of the disciples, teleported me from that location back to my house so that I don't even remember the gunshot and thought I was at my house the whole time, even if they took me to a different location or something like that. But anyway, just wanted to talk about some of these things this morning. Y'all have a nice day. Bye-bye.